Ladies and gentlemen, you're now listening to Who You Got with Kale and Sam. Now, who do you got?
Welcome to Who You Got. This is week 11. We got NFL picks, NFL talk, the same old situation we hear every week for. Sam, how you doing today?
I'm good. I got the clown shirt on. I lost.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I have won last week. I don't have to wear the shirt this week, so we're sitting A-OK.
So we're sitting at Kale's at 6-4. I'm at 4-6. We have the same overall record though, total on the season, which is kind of crazy.
You know, when we were at week 1, I'm sitting there thinking like, I have a feeling Sam's gonna kick my ass this year.
Nope.
I must be doing something right.
I mean,
not saying I'm bad at this, but like I'm saying like I'm doing something right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sam, we got any NFL news going on this week?
Nothing really off the top of my head. Nothing crazy really going on. I mean, the trade deadline's over with. That was last week was the trade deadline. And I mean, a lot of those already happened. I mean, we heard about, Deontay Johnson going to the Ravens.
I heard he's unhappy already.
Well, I mean, his first 2 games of the team, he hasn't really played a whole lot. You got Stephon Diggs out for the year. You got Mike Williams went to the Steelers. Gives them a solid number 2 option behind George Pickens.
And then we picked Zadarius Smith. You
guys got Zadarius Smith. DeAndre Hopkins to the Chiefs. The Chiefs offense looked really good in their first game with him. Maybe their best game all season offensively. And then most recent game, they did not look good offensively, and they barely beat the Broncos on a blocked field goal. So that was a crazy game. I mean, really probably the 2 best teams in the league right now, record-wise, are the Chiefs and the Lions, and they both barely won this past weekend.
Hey, speaking of the Chiefs, I don't know if you saw it, but there was like CBS, they were doing their game, and you could hear him talking to the ref saying like, hey, watch my backside or whatever it was, his hip. So that
really?
Right there, yeah. So right there, it shows that the NFL is never going to beat the cheating allegations after that one. I mean, I can't say I'm surprised in that one. The Chiefs won that game by blocking a field goal.
Yeah.
And I already can think of the memes that could have happened or probably did or happened.
I was watching that game. That was
a cheating block. Cheating block.
I know. Like, honestly, at the end of the day, like, the cheating allegations are always going to be there just because they're good. But really, the Chiefs are just good. Like, they know how to win. They make big plays when they need it. Like, they needed that blocked field goal to win that game, and they made it happen. Like, if they didn't block that field goal, they lose. Like, Broncos, I forgot who their kicker is, but he's been pretty good all year. They've kicked a lot of field goals.
Yep.
Bo Nix has looked pretty good for them, but
I think there's a good future going on there in Denver.
I think there is, but the Chiefs they found a way to win that one, and that's just kind of what they do. Like it hasn't been pretty, but they're 9-0 for a reason.
Yeah, and then let's talk about the Lions game. What did you think of that? I don't know if you watched it.
I didn't really watch it, but I heard Goff played terribly.
Oh, dude, I was sitting there. I'm like,
he pretty much ruined any chance he has of winning MVP now.
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest with you, even though I trolled you a lot, I did think he was a potential dark horse MVP candidate the way he was playing. After that game, I'm not so sure.
Yeah, as a Lions fan, sitting there is like, what the hell are we doing, Jared?
Granted, C.J. Stroud didn't play great in that game either.
And,
so
Lions
the quarterbacks
fans,
weren't playing good.
My fellow Lion fans might come after me when I'm going to say this. When I was watching Jared Goff play, it felt like good old Jared Goof was starting to play again.
He'll get it turned around, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think he
every
would.
quarterback has their bad games.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, you look at these great players, they've had their bad games.
Yeah.
And, thank God for the brick salesman Jake Bates kicking on his hometown kid coming in there and kicking against his hometown team.
Yeah.
Dude, that kid is a great football player. I just hope the Lions retain him for all these years and whatever.
It's also official now. Dak Prescott is out for the season.
Thank God. I'm just kidding.
Cowboys season has been over long before that. So.
I actually saw something today. This might surprise you. Might not. But I saw that someone posted on Twitter that there's a big rumor going around that Dion is going to be the front runner for
I did hear about that too.
Dallas Cowboys job.
I heard
if they fire
I think it was
McCarty.
I think it was Stephen A. Smith made the prediction, or I don't know if prediction, but he said what the Cowboys should do is tank the rest of the year, draft Shedeur Sanders with one of the top picks, and hire Deion Sanders to
So
be
what
their
you're
next
saying
head
is
coach.
you really think that the time of Prescott is coming up?
I'm not saying I'm thinking that. That's what Stephen A. Smith said.
Okay.
For is he with Fox Sports or is he still with
ESPN.
ESPN. So
First Take.
So yeah, that's I just saw something that he mentioned that.
Yep. And now let's get to our first game here. We got the Commanders at Philadelphia. I think that's gonna be a great game. You got two great offenses. You know, Eagles had a really rough start beginning of the year, but now we're here and they're finally get their stuff together. Jalen Hurts is playing pretty good. The receivers are playing pretty good. Saquon Barkley
Saquon's having a great year.
Absolute great year.
Yeah.
And then you got Jaden Daniels, who is making a good case to probably will be the rookie of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got a bunch of his receivers and running backs are doing great.
Terry McLaurin.
That's going to be a tough one. I mean, the first game is going to be tough. I didn't expect that one to be. But I'm going to have to go with Washington. I think the Washington Commanders are going to upset the Eagles. They're going to humble the Eagles a little bit.
It's a good Thursday night matchup, and you forgot to mention, too, this will probably – whoever wins this game, I mean, might end up going to win the NFC East because this is your top two teams in the NFC East right now.
It's going to be a proving ground.
Basically, whoever wins this game is going to take first place in the NFC East and probably ride that till the end of the regular season. I think both these teams are playoff teams for sure, but this game matters a lot about who wins this division. I'm going to go Eagles at home. In this one.
Okay.
So,
next game, we got the Raiders versus the Dolphins.
Raiders at Dolphins.
Again, another maybe good, maybe shit game.
Dolphins, I mean, we both predicted them to lose last week, and they beat the Rams on Monday Night Football.
What's the Raiders' record?
Shit. Not good.
Okay.
Dolphins, I'd say the Dolphins probably have a better team. I'm going to pick the Dolphins, personally. Tua's back. I feel like their offense, their team in general comes out with more energy and more tenacity when Tua's at the helm.
I'm going to go with Dolphins as well.
I feel like they're trying to get Tyreek more involved. Their running back, Devon Achane, he's having a good year. He's definitely become the number one lead horse in that backfield over Raheem Mostert as well.
Next game, we got the Browns at Saints.
Two teams. Well, actually, the Saints upset the Falcons last weekend. That was not something we were going to – neither of us predicted to happen. We both predicted the Falcons to beat the Saints. The Saints are at home. Derek Carr played pretty well in their last game. I feel like they're playing pretty good. I mean, every team I feel like comes out and plays pretty good in their first game after firing a head coach.
Yeah.
Mid-season.
Because it fires them up.
Yeah. Like, they get the energy of a new coach, and they come out and they kick ass in that first game.
When we get to Chicago, I got some things to tell you about that. You just reminded me of. I'm going to go with the upset Browns.
I'm going to say Browns, too, just because I think they have the overall better team.
Yeah. Next, we got the Jets versus the Colts. Jets are at home. I guess,
Dude.
I'm going to be honest. Aaron, he needs to retire. Here we thought last week. Oh, I know what you're gonna say. Go ahead and say it.
What was I gonna say?
About how I picked the team over the Jets.
Yeah, well, that's ultimately what decided who won last week is who picked Cardinals Jets correctly, and you did. And the Cardinals completely dismantled the Jets. The Jets have been so inconsistent. Like sometimes they look good, they look really good. Aaron Rodgers looks somewhat like his prime self, like he's making those throws. And they have the talent at receiver and at running back to have an explosive offense, but they're just too inconsistent. Like I can't pick them anymore, man. And the Colts have been not good this year either. And you even hear it. Like I've watched some of the Pat McAfee podcast a little bit recently, and even some of their top players are like, we're just not working hard enough. Like some of these guys aren't working hard enough. I think the culture in Indy is bad. I think this is a tough one because you got two teams that have a lot of potential to be good, but the culture on both
it's
teams,
cancerous. It's toxic.
terrible, man.
Yeah.
The Jets is just a cancerous organization. They always have been. That being said,
I have a feeling Devontae's already causing issues on the Jets.
man. You know what? I got to go Jets. I'm going to go Jets.
I'm going to go with the Jets as well. I think Aaron's probably pissed off that he wants to win. I mean,
I think it's going to be a terrible game, but I think the Jets pull it off at home. The Colts are a shit show, too. Both these teams are absolute shit shows right now. I just think the Jets have it together maybe a little bit better than the Colts.
next game, we got the Vikings at Titans in Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee. That's going to be an easy one. I'm going to go the Vikings. I think they're still playing all right. Sam Darnold's still looking pretty decent, but he's not playing great.
Oh, my gosh. Last week, they barely beat the Jaguars, and Sam Darnold played terribly.
Yeah.
He's definitely not an MVP candidate anymore, that's for sure.
Nope.
Sorry, Craig.
Not sorry.
That said, I'm still going to say Vikings in this one. I just think, again, Titans are one of those teams where, again, it's a dumpster fire. There's a few teams this year, it's just an absolute dumpster fire. Titans fall in that category. I'm going to go Vikings.
And now we got the Packers at the Bears in Chicago, Illinois. So I was going to bring up to you, there has been reports of players going up to Matt Eberflus saying that they want him to change OC. Not only that, there's more to it. The plot thickens. They'd rather have their backup quarterback starting over Caleb Williams.
Tyson Bagent?
Yep.
Bagent or whatever?
Yep.
Really?
Yep. And I thought instantly, yes, quarterbacks in Chicago go very well. Ruining careers.
They do not know how to develop quarterbacks, man. They tried it with
Justin Fields.
It dates all the way back to freaking Rex Grossman.
Yeah.
Rex Grossman, Kyle Orton, Jay Cutler,
Justin Fields.
Trubisky,
Justin
Fields, and now Caleb Williams.
Yep. That's an easy pack dub.
Yeah,
go Pack go.
I got to roll with my pack on that one. The Bears have been solid at times this year, but I don't know. I think regardless if Jordan Love does or doesn't play, if it's the Malik Willis show, either way, we've been able to establish the running game this year with Josh Jacobs. Defense is playing better than it has in a long time. Defense has looked the best it has in a long time. And I think overall, we go into Chicago and we take that win. Jaguars at Lions. I'm going to say Lions. Let's not spend a lot of time on that one. Even though they barely beat the Texans and the Jaguars have looked okay at times this year. Overall, I think they're a better team than what their record says. Even though last week Trevor Lawrence didn't play, it was Mac Jones. I guess Trevor Lawrence is dealing with an injury I had no idea about. He didn't play last week.
Yeah, you're starting to see a more trend in that stuff. Like, people are just quiet about their injuries, and they try to play through it.
Yeah, but whether it's Lawrence or Mac Jones, the Lions are the better team. Lions take that win, especially they're at home as well.
Easily going to go with my Lions. What I will say is, even though we barely beat the Texans, I think that proves that we are a very well-coached team. We can come through any of those situations. Dan Campbell and the boys have been doing great, teaching the men on the front line and everything of how to handle situations where you're down and you come back. That field goal, I will say, there's been a lot of times we were on the other end, and it's kind of nice to see us get on that side and finally kick that field goal to get that easy W. Or not easy, but, well-fought W.
Get that dub. Yeah,
Yep.
Because that's just one of those games you just got to find a way. It's not pretty, but a win's a win at the end of the day.
And you know what?
Winning's hard in the NFL.
I will say this. Aaron Glenn and his defense had 0 points scored on him in the second half.
Really?
That is a very, very
that's right.
good, stat to have under your belt as a coach.
Yeah, that's right. Crazy. Well, you guys have that. You guys have the best running back duo in the NFL, too. And I said that in one of my affirmation posts. My one actually nice one. Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. Sonic and Knuckles.
And can we just call out somebody real quick about how they didn't make a post?
Go for it.
Vance, man, what the hell? A deal's a deal. I saw you didn't do the last post. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's go on to the next game. We have the Rams in New England versus the Gerard Mayo Express.
I'm going to go Rams.
That's going to be easy.
Got my dad on standby.
That's a shot. No kidding. No, that's a little inside joke between us. Easy. I'm going to go with the Rams. I think Matthew Stafford, for being old, he's playing pretty good football. Still can't believe he came off that clutch play against the Seahawks a couple weeks ago.
Even though they lost to the Dolphins on Monday Night Football, which was a shocker to both of us. We both thought the Rams would win. Was that was a Rams home game too.
Yep. And that's another team that they're better than what their record shows.
Yeah. But I think the Patriots, they just don't have the firepower. The Rams have some weapons. I think they'll take that win. Ravens at Steelers. This will be a tough one. Whoever wins this will take the lead in the AFC North. Right now, the Steelers have it because they've played one less game, so they have one less loss than the Ravens.
Can I say one thing about the Steelers? It kind of annoys me a little bit. You know, we were talking about Justin Fields earlier. Have you noticed that people are forgetting that they wouldn't be where they're at if it wasn't for Justin Fields?
No, they wouldn't be, but they're playing better with Russell Wilson.
I know, but do you think people are forgetting that little side fact that Justin Fields got them to where they are?
He helped get them to where they are.
But I also do agree, we've talked back in the past, I think he is being mentored by Russell. I don't think Russell has a whole lot of time left. I think he wants to enjoy more of the off seasons with his family and everything. However, let's not forget Justin Fields kind of got him where they're at today.
Well, you gotta.
But however, though, I will say this: Russell Wilson I think he has a good chance of winning comeback player of the year.
He's playing good. Like their Steelers offense is more explosive. Their passing game has taken a step forward with Russ in there at quarterback, and it's been all too apparent. And you got to think about it this way too. Like young Russell Wilson, when he was a young quarterback in the NFL, he was similar style to Justin Fields. Obviously nowadays you don't see him running too much, but back in the day he was a running quarterback. Yep. And that's what Justin Fields is. And I feel like Justin, like you said, I think he's going to learn a few things from Russ. And I think he can still be the future of the Steelers.
Yep.
But right now, Russ, the offense runs better with Russ, and he gives them the best chance to win.
However, let's be honest here. Mike Tomlin has proved that he could run good offense and a good defense, even though he's more a defensive guy.
He's proven he can get it done with subpar quarterback play too.
Yep. And let's not forget, let's give the Ravens the flowers that they are due. Lamar Jackson playing a really good year. He's probably going to win the MVP this year. Derrick Henry in the backfield being a fucking king monster, what he is back there. Receivers are playing great. Defense is doing all right. And their tight ends, except for Mark Andrews, is doing all right.
Yeah, so they're actually they're not getting as much production out of the tight ends this year. They're using the wide receivers more.
Yep.
But adding Derrick Henry back there is opening up the passing game for Lamar.
I think they finally figured out how to use them in the offense.
Yeah.
But however, I'm going to go with the upset. I'm going to go Steelers.
I don't think that's an upset.
You don't think so?
Steelers right now have a better record technically, and they're at home. I think the Ravens winning would be an upset, and I'm going to go Ravens.
Well, the reason why I'm saying upset for the Steelers is because it's Ravens are more popular, and
they are. They've been better.
Shock.
They've been better in recent history. I'm going to say Ravens. You're going to say Steelers, and we'll both go on our merry way.
Seahawks at San Francisco.
I think, yeah, Seahawks. Okay, yep, Seahawks at Niners. I'm going to go Niners. Niners pulled off a good win against the Bucks last week. We both predicted the Bucks to win that one. So I'm going to go Niners. They're at home. I think, CMC's back. He is back. Debo's been playing pretty well. Brandon Ayuk, I think he's out for the year, but that rookie wideout, Ricky Pearsall, scored a touchdown in the last game. They still got Kittle. They still got weapons galore on offense. And I don't care what anyone says. I still think Brock Purdy's a good NFL quarterback. And they have a good defense. And I'm going to say Niners.
I'm gonna go with the Niners as well. I think they're playing pretty good football. I mean, I think they were just trying to figure out and everything from the beginning of the year, and they had injuries and
Yeah.
stuff.
They haven't been as dominant this year as they have been the past couple of years, but they're still a solid football team.
To me, I think the Seahawks are starting to like rebuild a little bit. They just released their starting linebacker. They waived him.
Outside of all that, Geno still playing solid, man.
For his age.
Still playing solid, and they have a solid offense.
Yep. All right, next game we got the Falcons at the Denver Broncos Mile High Stadium.
This one's kind of tough.
Ugh.
Falcons have been inconsistent this year. There's times where Kirk has looked great, and there's times where the Falcons have struggled. And the Broncos have kind of been the same, man. Like, there's times Bo Nix looks like this rookie phenom, and there's times he looks like an absolute, just doesn't, like, he looks like a rookie, you know? But last week, he looked good against the Chiefs, even though they lost. Like, he threw an absolute dime to Cortland Sutton for a touchdown. But there's times Kirk can cook. And the Falcons have weapons, too.
I'm going to go with the Broncos. I think they're going to be coming off hot from, I mean, although they lost. I mean,
They both lost to divisional rivals last week.
But to say for the Broncos, they almost beat the two Pete champions.
Only undefeated team remaining,
yes.
And it's their divisional rival. But the Falcons got upset by a bad team, too.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with the Broncos. I think they're playing pretty good football. I think they got their chemistry going on with Bo Nix. I think Bo Nix and Sean Payton are finally getting shit together over there in Denver. I think they're doing pretty well.
I'm going to say Falcons.
You're going to go with Falcons?
Yep.
Next game, we got a big one.
Yep.
Big one. It is a big one.
Big Sunday.
Sunday.
Chiefs at Bills.
I think Josh Allen is going to finally get it done, and he's going to beat Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, he's beaten him in the regular season in the past, but he's never beaten him in the playoffs. But I think he'll get it done this weekend. I think the Chiefs will finally meet their match. I mean, they've squeaked by some tough games this year. I think Mahomes will actually play a solid game too.
Yeah, they're going to have to be really locked in for this one. This is going to be a really tough one.
Josh Allen's been solid this year. I'm going to go Bills. You're going Bills?
Yep.
Okay, Sunday night game, Bengals at Chargers. Ooh.
Another great one.
This one, I mean, Chargers have been good this year, but the Bengals are, again, one of the better teams with a losing record. And you got the two best in my opinion, the two best quarterbacks from the 2020 NFL draft, Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert.
I'm going to go Chargers. I think that's going to be an upset against the Bengals.
It's not an upset.
I know, but in my mind it is because, I mean, it's Joey B.
True.
And I like seeing
Chargers
Joey
have a
B
better
win.
record, and they're at home, so technically the upset would be if the Bengals won.
I know.
I'm just saying, man.
I know. Let me have my
technically
fucking
speaking.
roses, asshole.
I'm not saying you can't have your roses. I'm just
Anyway, I'm going to go with Chargers, but here's why. One, they got the best defense in NFL. Two, Justin Herbert, people forget, he's played a pretty solid year. So, I mean, he has...
Their defense and they're running the ball better.
Their running backs are good. They're finally...
J.K. Dobbins he's
hellacious year.
Quietly been one of the top 5, top 10 running back in the league this year.
And Justin
their
Herbert's
defense, Jim Harbaugh's brought the defense.
Jim Harbaugh has changed the culture. I mean, he's the definition of change something overnight.
The big thing is he's finally developed some chemistry. He kind of knows who his go-to guys are. He's got the rookie Ladd McConkey out of Georgia. And he's got, honestly, Quentin Johnston. He's actually
Butterfingers.
He's been playing solid lately. He's had a few 100-yard games this year, and he's been playing good.
I feel like Jim Harbaugh has finally got time. I think him and Jim Harbaugh are a good match for each other.
I think they are. I'm gonna go Chargers as well.
However, I'm gonna say this about the Bengals. I'm gonna give them their flowers. Starting off terrible this year, getting better and better each week and each in and out. But
with how good their offense is and how explosive their offense is, they weren't going to keep losing games for long.
I think they were trying to, figure out what it had been like. This is what life is now without Joe Mixon and Higbee and whoever else. Was
Higbee?
No,
Higgins?
Higgins.
They still have Higgins.
I thought, no, there was another big...
Or is he injured?
No, there was another big player that left. He went to the Colts.
No, you're thinking of he went to the Titans. You're thinking of Tyler Boyd,
Yes,
the
Tyler
slot
Boyd.
receiver.
Which he ain't doing shit over there.
He's not really, but the Titans are dumb and not utilizing him.
But anyway, let's go to the last game.
Monday Night Football, Texans at Cowboys. I think this is a no-brainer.
Cowgirls.
Texans.
Yeah, Cooper Rush. He's not a great starting quarterback. He can hold his own, but until the pressure starts.
I mean,
But-
he's good spot starter. He's not a starting quarterback in the NFL. He's a backup.
Yeah.
Who knows? I mean, people might laugh at me for this, but who knows? Maybe they eventually, if Cooper Rush ain't getting it done, maybe they give Trey Lance a shot at some point.
There's something about it, though. I think McCarthy does not like Trey Lance for some reason.
I just feel like Trey Lance deserves a shot.
I do too.
But, I mean, he's gotten a shot, though. That's the thing. I just feel like he's too physically gifted to not have some sort of success in this league. But then you see guys like Anthony Richardson and, Justin Fields even to a certain point
Yep.
that have all the physical tools and really haven't done much yet. But, yeah, so I think we have 3 games different, so we should be safe from a tie
Thank
this week.
God.
Because if we have an even number, then that's where we run the risk. But we should be good.
This season has been pretty fun this year. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I like this who you got. Even though I'm losing, not by much, by 2 games. We have the same overall record, so that says something right there. You have the better win-loss record is all on the season. But we've predicted the same amount of games correct overall.
Yeah.
It's been fun. It's fun. I actually enjoy this. It's one of my favorite things we've done with the podcast
Yeah.
is this.
You kind of look forward to it every week.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. There's sometimes on Monday I'm like, oh fuck, I forgot I got to record.
They're fun little episodes to do. We just kind of do our, share our picks and what our thoughts on the teams, and it's fun.
Go sports. Anyway, I think this has been a great episode of Who You Got. Trying to think what else here. We got anything else for the people that are watching?
Check out more TNT Boys content.
Yeah, we got more stuff coming out. We got a new series that we've been working on. I actually released the first video. It's not really a series, but
Let's talk about it.
yeah, it's more of a short
Yeah.
YouTube short TikTok deal. It's called Let's Talk About It. I just did one about stadiums and how the open concept is kind of dying and whatever. Don't forget to check out Agent Life Media Group. Don't forget to check out all the podcasts on the brand, including us, the TNT Boys, Useless Assumptions, Touching Base,
Talking Dirt. TNT Boys.
That's what I said first.
They suck.
Yeah, we're terrible. I don't think I'm missing anything. Oh, go check out our new latest episode that we released on Monday. Don't forget, we also release on Mondays now, not Sundays. Mondays, they kind of just, if you see them posted random in the day, mind your business. No, I'm kidding. No, it's just we're trying to figure out what the best time is. So, go ahead and say peace out, bye.
Okay, peace out, bye.
Now the question I got for you is, who do you got?